All right, today we're cracking open GitHub's hidden arsenal. We're going to go way beyond the basics to uncover the features that pros use every single day to save time, automate their work, and honestly, build some truly impressive projects. So let's dive right in.
So let's be real for a second. For a lot of us, this is pretty much the entire GitHub experience, right? It's basically just a cloud backup for our code. But, using GitHub like that, it's kind of like owning a supercar and only ever driving it to the grocery store. There is so much more power under the hood.
And in the next few minutes, we're going to hand you the keys to that supercar. We're going to unlock a whole arsenal of tools that will professionalize your projects, completely supercharge your personal workflow, and unleash some seriously powerful automation.
Okay, first up, let's talk about professionalizing your project. These next few features are all about structure and credibility. You know, the stuff that makes any repository instantly feel organized and trustworthy the moment someone lands on your page.
We're going to start with a hidden directory that most people don't even know exists, the .github folder. Just think of this as the secret rulebook for your repository. It's the special place where you can define templates and configs that GitHub will automatically pick up and use for you. It's awesome. So what's actually in there? Well, you can set up templates for bug reports and feature requests, which make sure you get all the info you need from people. You can create a pull request checklist to maintain code quality, add funding links for open source support, and, as we'll see later, this is where you house your automation workflows. It's basically your command center. Next up is a huge time saver that gets rid of a really common bottleneck, the code owners file. It's just a simple text file where you say who's responsible for different parts of your code base. And that means no more guessing games about who should review a pull request. And the setup is incredibly simple. You just map a file path or a whole directory to a GitHub username or even a team. Now, whenever a pull request touches files in that path, boom, GitHub automatically requests a review from the person you designated. It's seamless, it's professional, and it keeps your project moving. Now, if you're working on an open source project or building a tool for other people, this is a total game changer. With literally one click in your repo settings, you can enable discussions. This turns your project into a mini forum, kind of like a private Reddit, and it's perfect for Q&A, sharing ideas, and building a community right where your code lives. All right, we've professionalized the project. Now, let's supercharge your personal workflow. These next few tools are all about saving you time and, more importantly, keeping you in that state of flow.
Oh man, we've all been there. You finish a feature, then you have to completely switch context, open a browser, click through like 5 different screens just to create a pull request. The new way? The GitHub CLI. You never have to leave your terminal, which keeps you focused and moving fast. Seriously, just mastering a few of these commands with the GitHub CLI can save you hours every single week. You can clone repos, create pull requests, check on issues, and even trigger automations, all without ever leaving your command line. It's a true developer power-up.
This one still feels like magic to me. Imagine clicking a button on any GitHub repository and instantly getting a fully configured, ready-to-code VS Code environment right in your browser. No more, it works on my machine problems, no more spending hours installing dependencies.
So who's this really for? Well, it's fantastic for students who don't want to clutter their laptops, for DevOps engineers testing out infrastructure, and really for anyone who needs to just jump into a complex project or experiment with a new library without any of the setup headaches.
You know, not everything needs to be a full-blown repository. Gists are one of the most underutilized features on GitHub for sure. They are perfect for all those little things. A configuration file you always use, a handy code snippet, interview notes. You could even link to some code on your resume. They're simple, shareable, and just incredibly useful. And now for the final stage. We've organized the project, we've streamlined our workflow. Now it's time to make the repository work for us. This is where your project becomes a self-sufficient, automated machine. This is where things get really, really powerful. GitHub Actions is the automation engine that's built right into every single repository. And while it's controlled by these simple YAML files, its power is practically limitless. The rule is simple. If you find yourself doing it manually, Actions can probably do it for you automatically. So for example, on every single Git push, you can automatically build your application, run all of your tests, and then deploy it to the cloud. You can have it send you a Slack notification on success, automatically tag a new software version, and build a Docker image. It's your personal CI/CD robot, continuous integration and continuous deployment, and it's working for you 24/7.
Okay, security is non-negotiable, but manually tracking vulnerabilities in all your third-party packages is a nightmare. This is where Dependabot comes in. It constantly scans your dependencies, and when it finds a vulnerability, it automatically opens a pull request to update you to the secure version. I mean, just think about what that means. By simply flipping a switch on this feature, you get an automated security engineer working for you around the clock. It is one of the most valuable and totally free tools available to any developer out there.
So let's just recap for a second. By moving beyond just Git push and Git pull, you've just picked up a whole new set of skills. You've learned how to structure, how to streamline, and how to automate your work on a totally professional level.
And this is the key transformation. You've really gone from being a simple user of GitHub to being an architect, someone who can design and build efficient, automated, and professional systems. You now have control over the entire development ecosystem. And that's where we're going to leave it. You now have the hidden arsenal of tools that the pros are using every single day. So the only question left is, what amazing things are you going to build with your new powers? Thanks for joining me.